Hello everyone and welcome in tonight as we have an exciting matchup in the UPSL between Hybrid FC and MoCo 1776. Both teams looking for a big win here as we take the pitch at River Hill High School in Clarksville. Just seconds away now from kickoff. As we welcome you with myself, Dash Tischler, on the call here for DMV Sports Media. We apologize for any noise in the background. The wind up here is pretty remarkable, high above the pitch. And of course, for pregame, it's worth noting that we do have an ad read for you. At SimiLaw is a full service immigration law practice that focuses on employment-based, family, and humanitarian-based immigration matters. We take a uniquely tailored approach to meet your specific immigration-based goals. We represent clients in software engineering, hardware and product engineering, biotechnology, energy, medical research and medicine, journalism, art, music, in addition to multinational organizations, entrepreneurs, and startups, to name a few. At SimiLaw, we are highly focused and dedicated to providing a unique approach to acquire legal benefits for our clients. And now, MoCo 1776 breaking their huddle, and they'll be ready to go here. Just seconds away. For the home side, Hybrid FC looking to pick up their first win of the season, and they go with a lineup of Jairo, Simmons, Sala, Ogra, Cornel, Abraha, Carbajal, Nisi, Hawkins, Tejeda, Rua. Meanwhile, for their opponents, MoCo 1776 looking to get the win on the road, as they'll be about to kick off for us, and they send out a lineup in goal, Carter with Garrett Carter, apologies, with Zuniga, Gage, Tolton, Zapata in the backline, Vargas and Blanco Gomez in midfield, and then Israel and Lopez and Cedro, as well as Julian, comprising their front four, and they get us underway here. So looks like it's going to be something of a almost 4-1-4-1 for MoCo 1776 in possession. The visitors just having a good spell on the ball here early on. And Parks Tolton plays it forward. That's a good step, and Hybrid FC able to win the ball back. Hybrid the home side, and that looks like it should be an early foul, and indeed it will be. Heavy contact there. So, Hybrid the home side here to get us ready for potentially the game's first chance with this free kick. The delivery is a fortunately disappointing one for Cornel. I think he'll want that one back. Did not get much height on it, and yeah, that's just blocked out for a throw on the far side, and ultimately it's going to go for MoCo, it appears. Nope. Referee has signaled that it is in fact for Hybrid. Look at the linesman has signaled for MoCo, which would have been quite strange. And the long throw comes in. That'll be dealt with by MoCo. And ultimately Hybrid able to recover, and that'll be Mohamed Salah. Same pronunciation, but spelled differently as the Liverpool legend. So now the home side have the chance to try and build some possession themselves. The pass back to Jairo, the goalkeeper. And he'll go long. This is recovered now for MoCo, who will be content to get a little bit of possession in their own defensive half. MoCo with the interesting jerseys. Orange with a touch of neon in the front of the shirt. It's an interesting kit. One of the more unique you'll see. And the ball forward. This is a decent bit of space right here. And Israel now doing well to get towards the byline. He puts in a cross, so I think he'll want that one back. Didn't quite get what he wanted on it. The clearance will go, but only so far as his teammate. Now a bit of pressure, and that's kept in by Hybrid. The return ball just not quite there. So a throw in for MoCo. So for MoCo 1776, they've got 1 win, 3 draws, and 3 losses so far. looking for a second win in the season here as Hybrid have won the ball back. MoCo now recovered. The ball forward was a decent idea, and it could yet find somebody, and it has, but that'll just run out of play. It's been a little bit of a sloppy start here in Clarksville. And so Hyro will take the goal kick. Call of the bench to Eddie Cedro, the forward, to just keep his head up. And Sala now on the ball. Sala. First pass, got his teammate in a bit of trouble, and now the second will find a teammate, but the challenge will ultimately be won by MoCo. If you can't hear it, wind is whipping at a furious pace high up in the press box. This will be sent long now. And the foot race is on here. Israel's got a decent turn of pace, and he'll get to this first. So Abraham Israel, and the flag's gone up for offsides. He had left a bit early. So free kick now to Hybrid. It's been a bit of a stop-start beginning to this one. Neither side really in a true rhythm. Hyro will get the ball back now, and he'll play it out to the far side. Chance now for Hybrid to maybe build some possession of their own. Pass off. Simmons. Abraha. Simmons. Corneal, and another delivery. Just didn't have the teammate there in the vicinity for him. The clearance will find a teammate for MoCo, but a high boot, and referee has whistled for a foul. Up here, the sound feels like you're in a jet and takeoff, as that delivery is a decent one and cut out, and you can only imagine how it is for the players down below. Won't be as windy, but you do wonder whether it'll be affecting how they're thinking about the game. Abraha spreads it wide, now on the near side, and will receive the pass back. Abraha's ball forward, and this is one that Nisi can chase, but ultimately recovered by MoCo. Pressure coming there for a second, but ultimately Hybrid able to try and play out of the back, but that's a miscue on the return pass, and Nisi's got it. Moving towards the end line, well defended. And he's had a teammate, but the foul called right in the corner. Oh, no, he stepped out. Luckily, that would have been a bit of light contact for a foul. And indeed, that was not what the referee had whistled for. But now a throw in for Hybrid. And so Yoma Ogra's throw in. And now the delivery from the byline will just go out of play. That's one where the wind will impact it. That one was drifting back in, it looked like, actually. But ultimately, Tejeda just not able to keep it in play. They have to ask if you can do it on a rainy night in Stoke. Today we're discovering if you can do it on the windy night in Clarksville. So far, we've got a 0-0 match to show for it. And a bit of dangerous play on the back. Rarely you'll see a goalkeeper really moving that far and then putting the ball in that much pressure when you've got defenders close by for the short pass. But ultimately, MoCo have escaped without any real damage. They've got the throw to boot. And so, now Gage. It's a nice move right there, but the through ball just didn't really have the run. So a bit unfortunate for Zapata. And Hybrid now through Abraha, trying to launch an attack. Abraha's found the pass he wanted. And Tejeda now in a bit of a tight corner, and he's lost out. Another attempt at through ball is really not on, but MoCo able to win the ball back. Zapata, Gage. And Gage will just send it back to Carter. Carter to Parks Tolton. Tolton, despite being a center back, is tied for the team lead in goals with 2. Plays his soccer for McDaniel College. And challenged there by Abraha. A bit heavy, but no foul. Ultimately, Tolton won the ball in the air. MoCo able to recover after another brief turnover. Neither side has really been able to get out of first gear so far. As Gage now on the ball. He'll pass that back to Tolton. His ball into the midfield, and again, just another through ball. Nobody out there. It seems like communication hasn't been a strong suit for either team so far. A lot of balls where the idea was there, but nobody had made the run. And you just wonder whether we're hearing less conversation amidst the wind. Don't have a sense of how loud it is down low anymore. It feels like it's gotten worse since I got back up here from being down by the field pregame. But you do wonder whether it's had some sort of impact. And so Simmons back to Jairo. Jairo has Sala. Abraha was calling for the ball, but Sala stayed on it. The PG Community College defender eventually goes back to his goalkeeper, Jairo. Now he'll receive the pass back. Sala's pass towards Abraha just led him a bit too much, and now there might be an option here. It was a good run by Israel, but well defended. And now he's lost out. Clearance. Nisi on the ball. He'll spread that. And now the pass out. Cornel was making a good run, but just a little bit too much on it for him to get on the end of that one. But that looked a little bit better. We've not had a real chance so far in this one. And now potentially an opportunity here. But Israel still going though, but his shot looked like he just had contact with his foot. Didn't get it the way he wanted. And now Sala will clear that. Ball's still loose, and Nisi's closing with good pace, and now he's got it in a good position. Takes a loose touch, but he's got the speed, and he's gotten away from the defender into the box for Nisi. His pass off to Hayda, and he's going to finish that all day. 1-0 for Hybrid. That's exactly what they wanted. Nisi had great speed to create that opportunity, and he knew what to do at the very end of it. Just squared for Tejeda, who had ultimately a slightly more complicated finish than he would have wanted. That sort of chance had to slide in, but he's not going to miss from that range. And Hybrid takes the lead on a quick break. Exactly what they wanted here. Looking for their first win of the season. That's the start you'll take. It hasn't necessarily been the most aesthetically pleasing, but that's a goal that they will be glad to have, and a nice goal too. So now the ball over the top from Gage, defended by Sala. And this will be played out wide. The ball through towards Israel, but he's not going to get there. Goes out of play, and Jairo will just go after that one to recover. Israel and Eddie Cedro have been dangerous for this MoCo side, but just neither one really able to get a serious chance. They've had a couple of chances. And now Yoma Ogra, his ball forward. Gage intercepts. Zapata, that's intercepted. An attempt to take the free kick somewhat fast is whistled off by the referee. No further action will be taken. So that'll be sent back towards Gage. So he'll just square it to Tolton. Look at that ball, must have been deflected, but eventually MoCo able to recover and get that out wide. The cross in, and that's just going to be very, very long. Ultimately, nothing really for Israel to do, and that ball is going to drift very far out of play across the track here at River Hill High School. Feels like it sums up the day so far. So Howard will get us back underway. And now Sala. Ogra under a bit of pressure. And will be pushed away. Good defending there by Zapata. Gage. Tolton. Zuniga. He's under a bit of pressure, tried to get that one forward, but couldn't quite. And it's actually stayed in play. No, it had not. Referee eventually signals. It did look like that one had gone out. So, interesting moment right there. And Zuniga not the happiest right now. Actually, it's a free kick. Not sure what the infraction would have been in there. I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary, but also rather far away on the opposite side of the pitch. Gage. Zapata. Back to the keeper, Carter. Tolton. Gage. His ball. Israel giving chase. Saul will get there first, though, and find Ogra. Yoma Ogra. His pass towards Abraha, that's going to be intercepted. And now Zapata just able to recover. Plays it back to his keeper, Carter. And Gage now. Pass off. Tolton finds Zapata. Apologies, Zuniga. Tolton. Gage. Wind has died down temporarily. Gage still on the ball. MoCo having more possession, but just struggling to break down this hybrid side. Nisi's pass intercepted. But now Abraha has the ball. Challenge comes in, but Abraha able to retain possession and find Ogra. Ogra cornered, but he'll win a throw. So Yoma Ogra's throw-in, and Nisi can't quite control it, goes out of play. Zapata to take the throw. Just a loose touch right there. Abraha gets the ball, but he doesn't control it himself. Now he'll emerge, though. A nutmeg, and another nice move. Abraha spreads it wide. And Cornel now. Cornel's pass off. Tried to get the 1-2. Look, there's a hand in his back, and indeed there was. There's a foul. Cornel had the right idea. He was making the move to receive the pass back there from Hawkins. So now Cornel will have the free kick, asking for proper distance to be observed. Eventually will be. So Cornel's delivery. Fairly behind the players. Gage, kind of a speculative effort. Hawkins trying to give chase there, and that's well dealt with. Zapata took no chances and concedes the throw. Hawkins trotting over to recover the ball. So Hawkins. His throw-in. It's a long one. Abraha tried to get a head on it. Looks like Gage really got the head. And now Eric Lopez trying to bring the ball out, but he's dispossessed. This is a good run right here. Tejeda already has a goal on the day to the byline, and his shot, and it forced a save. Really more of a cross, but in the end, it came off almost as a shot. So the mishit cross ends up working out. Not even that much of a mishit, honestly, just a tight angle. Good work by Tejeda to win his side of corner. And it'll be Abraha moving over to take. So Braha, his delivery, it's a good one towards the back post. Oh, and that just missed everyone. Cornel now with a cross from deep. Hawkins missed on it. It's coming over. Braha able to keep it in. Oh no, but he's just miscued the cross. And he's frustrated at that one. Look at he was stumbling as he hit it, and just not the result he wanted. So goal kick for Carter. Tolton. Tolton's ball forward. Turn. A nice layoff there, and the dummy just didn't quite work. Cornel in a challenge and able to keep the ball, but Simmons' pass is loose. However, it'll end up with Sala. Sala's ball forward. Abraha. Abraha. Abraha's ball is a good one. Still in play, and Nisi can recover if he chooses, and he does. However, he is cornered, and he's won a corner. So good work by Nisi there. Hybrid's starting to kind of get the momentum in this game. Already have the lead 1-0. Haven't had most of the possession, but now it feels like they do have a little bit more of the impetus here. So the game low on clear-cut chances, or at least low on clear-cut chances that have played out well. So far, Hybrid have had the one that counted. Abraha to take. His delivery. It's a decent one, headed away by Tolton. And now Simmons' shot on the volley, but would have been quite the goal if it had gone in, instead was blocked. Cornel in a tie-up. He'll lose out on that one. Cedro. The ball hit forward, and we'll see who can get to this first. And ultimately, a bit of a loose pass. MoCo able to recover. Lopez. Passes back. We've got an injured player behind the play. Unclear who it is. And now the referee sees and blows his whistle. You never want to see an injury. This one does not look particularly good. There are no good injuries, but this one does not look comfortable. So, still a man down here for MoCo. And thankfully he's gotten up okay. Appears it's Israel. No, Israel's out on the wing. It's actually Cedro who had started the counterattack, and I guess got an injury later. Hyro kind of bobbled that one a little bit, but picks it up. Hyro sends this one long. It's a good control initially, and that's got to be a foul, and it will be. So Lopez tried to take, Hybrid preventing him from taking it quickly. Instead, he'll just send it back to the actual spot. He moved a little bit to the left. So the free kick. Delivery's a good one. Gage almost got in the end of it, but it's just a little bit too far forward for him. Hyro had something to say to his defense. Can't hear it from up here, but presumably he wasn't pleased with the marking there. But in the end, his side will escape with a goal kick. So, perhaps not quite the moment that Hybrid were looking for, but they get off scot-free. The delivery was good for MoCo, but just not able to get ahead on it. Yoma Ogra gets away temporarily and eventually sends that out of play. A lot of contact. He wanted a foul there, but none coming. Gage. To Tolton. Tolton spreads it wide. And now the through ball is a good one. And Lopez might be in here, but Hyro came off his line well and cleared the danger. Good goalkeeping there. It was alert. Tolton Intercepted, and Abraha has Tejeda running ahead of him. Tejeda's got turn of pace, and Gage couldn't get the tackle in time. Tejeda's in again, and he's scored twice on the day. It's a brace for Tejeda. The goalkeeper was good by Carter. He came out and got in front of that one, but Tejeda picked his spot well and finished with a plum. 2-0, 2 goals for Tejeda, and for Hybrid, this is exactly what they wanted. They've taken their chances, and in a game of few chances, it makes quite the difference. 2-0 is the least safe lead in soccer, they say, but right now it will feel oh so comforting for this Hybrid side. So MoCo now chasing the game. Of course, the goal for them will quickly change the calculus, but at the moment, it doesn't really feel like they've been outplayed particularly, but Hybrid have taken their chances and they haven't. Gage now. His last-ditch tackle did not work and gave Tejeda the one-on-one. That's a nice little turn to get inside, but Corneal with a good recovery tackle. A loose ball. Referee does blow for there appeared to be a trip there. And now there's a square up. Abraha has words with MoCo. A bit early in the game for those sorts of extracurriculars. Wind is blowing the balls away on the bench and the papers. Some unfortunate staff have to go fetch those as well as bench players. I don't think anybody wants to have to run all the way from the play right now. We've got a good game on. You want to be watching that. Abraha gets a word from his coach, presumably about not getting into any confrontations. No need for that. So, delivery coming here. And now, word from some players to the referee, and that's blocked by the wall and cleared. Carter. Zapata. Back to Carter. And Carter kind of just mishit that one towards Zapata, and it's gone out of play for a throw. Nisi will get it, and Tejeda wants the ball quickly, and yet he won't get it, but Abraha's in a lot of space. MoCo don't seem to have recovered quite as quickly as they might have liked. Tejeda gets the ball, already with a brace. He's on a hat trick now. Abraha gets into the box and goes down, and actually the referee's blown, which suggests that there could be a penalty here. No, he was not quite in the box, it appears. Foul outside the box would seem to be the initial signal. There's a yellow card. It's hard to tell with all the markings on the pitch, but it does, you would think that it was at least close to the line. Yeah. Yeah, and he signaled for just outside, like just outside the 18, literally. You can see the ball being placed right now. This is a golden opportunity for Hybrid. Already have 2 in a game that's not had a huge difference between the sides, but Hybrid by far the more clinical. And were Corneal to score this one, you'd have to think they might be pretty close to out of sight. A lot of height in the wall. Corneal goes for the ground, and that won't quite do. Carter scoops it up. And so a dangerous foul will ultimately not punish MoCo, and Carter tried to get that one out quickly, but not the result he wanted there, and he's disappointed in that. Simmons very animatedly talking to his teammates. There is space in the back line. So Hawkins now to take the throw. We've got a substitution being made already by MoCo. We don't actually have numbers for the MoCo players for this one, so we'll have to figure out just who has been taken off on facial identification alone. I'll tell you when we know. And it'll be hit long. Simmons just headed out to safety. Throw-in coming on the far side. It's a clever one, but the offsides flag is up. And that's thankfully taken down quickly because as an angry fan shouts, you can't be offsides on a throw. That would have been a strange call. So corner for MoCo. Delivery, it's a decent one. Look at that, took last touch off a hybrid player, and goal kick is a signal though. Referee had a better view than I did. So Hyro will have to run and recover that one. Players warming up down below. For a game that's literally on the last day of May, all the guys are in hoodies. Well, not all, but most of them are. And if they're not in hoodies, they're probably in long sleeves, or they've got their hands in their pockets. Play on the back there looked to be pretty dangerous for a second for hybrid, but they've just about done it. And Ogre with a nice touch, but loses possession in Israel now. Tried to get the 1-2 return. Ogre intercepted, and now Salah can try to bring clear. His pass is intercepted though by Zapata. And a bit of a tight spot. Be a throw in from MoCo. But no, referee's view was obscured by a hybrid player, and he's ruled throw in for hybrid. I did see that one. It was a throw in for MoCo from my angle. But referee did not have the benefit of the view. All right, this will be another throw in for hybrid. Salah, Abraha angry about something, and kind of lunged in there, but thankfully for him, no contact made. And now he'll poke that one out of play. So it's a throw in for MoCo this time. And Gage to Tolton. Striding forward under pressure from Tejeda, but he's turned that one over. And Cornel now can start the break. MoCo are light in numbers at the back, but Cornel's ball is just a little bit too much for Tejeda. It's nearly a dangerous moment there for MoCo, though. So Gage. And Zapata had a slightly loose control and will lose the ball. And now Blanco Gomez. Back to Carter. Hawkins coming. Carter plays this one out wide. That would be another substitute on the ball. Zuniga has been replaced. Tolton has some time and space now, and he'll try to pick out the long ball over the top. Ultimately, Hyro will just claim. Almost a half hour into this one, and if you're just joining us, hybrid leading 2-0. 2 goals on breaks, both for Tejeda. Home side looking for its first win in UPSL play, but that's a very skewered clearance there from Simmons, and Israel can claim. Now it takes on Abraha. Good tracking back from Ogre though, and we'll see if this is a corner or goal kick. It'll be a corner. Ogre defended well, covering for his teammate. Actually had to recover really to his position, but still good tracking back. And MoCo preparing another change. Certainly haven't been afraid to use their bench here. So the delivery, it's a good one to the back post. Gage just missed again. He's almost gotten on the end of a couple of set pieces now, but hasn't been able to make contact. Blanco Gomez's delivery was a good one, but just not quite able to find his teammate. And Blanco Gomez has been replaced. Now sent back to pick up the trash can. Still a lot of trash hanging out of that. You'd hope we'll pick those up too. That does not look fun. A bit of early frustration. Referee now instructing him to go do it. Gage under pressure here. Passes back. Carter. And Tejeda's intercepted it. Tejeda's already bagged a brace. This time we'll see if he can turn creator. Under a bit of a tight space, but does really want to get out of it. His cross though behind everyone. Nisi giving chase, but he just isn't going to get there. Still a whole bunch of trash lying around on the track. Ah, football. What a funny game. The passions it brings up in players and fans. So, spread wide now for MoCo. And that'll be a throw. We'll see who it goes for. It'll be hybrid throw. So, hybrid getting us back underway now. Khalid El-Jarafi is the player who's entered the game for Blanco Gomez. Throw it on the far side. Cornel takes. That'll be won by MoCo. And it looked like it was a hand in there from Tejeda. It was. Ooh, and now he's shoved off the ball, and we'll see what the deal is here. MoCo players not very happy and eventually grabbed the ball away from him. Tejeda pleading his case. Referee will take no further action, and MoCo have gotten us underway quickly. Gage now rakes a long ball. Israel looked like he was losing his footing, but he's kept it well, and will bring this under his spell. Well defended here by Ogre, though, and Ogre wins the tussle. Ogre, not the biggest guy, but he's played really well today in those physical battles. Just goes to show you don't need to be big to be strong. Nisi. Zapata did well there to win that challenge, though. Gage now to Tolton. Tolton. Spreads out wide. Tolton, under pressure from Tejeda. Just about gets that one off to Carter. Carter to Gage. Call from the fans that he has space, and indeed he does, but he'll have to pass it off to Vargas there. Now El-Jarafi. Pressure coming. And Tolton will get the ball. It's a good pass by him. Now spread wide by Lopez. Simmons able to win the ball, and the ball threw just a little bit too far forward for Jarafi. Pass back from Abraha. Press got a little bit far forward there, and now Cornel has space to pick out a pass, but just overcooks that one in the wind. Tolton now. It's a good step from Ogre, but Israel recovers, and a pass back to Zapata. Gage. EC was closing quickly, so he just goes back to Carter. Carter. Back to Gage. Gage. Gage with a bit of time, and now he'll pass to Tolton. Tolton goes to the far side. Now El-Jarafi. Tolton. El-Jarafi controls, but under pressure. Able to hold off Hawkins, though. And now he's able to get a nice pass off. And the break might be on here. This is spread wide. But Jairo came out as a last-ditch defender and ultimately able to clear that. It's a throw-in from MoCo, though. Jairo had to be alert there and had to get his job done. Otherwise, his team was in a world of trouble, but he is able to get the ball out and get back to his net safely. Zapata for the throw-in. Israel. Israel. Back to Zapata. Oh, and just dispossessed there. And now the through ball, no one home. So the idea was there for Rua, but the execution just not quite. Tolton, Al-Jarafi. Al-Jarafi spreads it wide. Tolton. Gage. Again, the call from space from his fans. Zapata's making a good run, and now he's tried to play him in, but by this point, Salah has sighted the ball, and he'll just take control. His touch is a bit loose, though, and he got into the corner, and now he's conceded the throw. This is Zapata's throw, and Nisi takes no chances and concedes the corner. That ball has been sent a long ways away, though, across the track and behind the fence, so one bench player for Hybrid will go and recover it. Meanwhile, MoCo will take the corner. Al-Jarafi, the man who will take it. Approaching the final 5 minutes of this first half. Hybrid up 2-0. A goal from MoCo would change the complexion of things here. Al-Jarafi's delivery is a decent one to the back post, but the header looked like Cornel conceded it, and he did. It's another corner from MoCo. So Al-Jarafi to take. And his delivery headed up and just about gotten clear, but Gage able to recover. Israel dispossessed. Nisi to Abraha, and Abraha can pick out the run of Tejeda. Tejeda now in a foot race, and he's got the flick on that he needed. Gets away from a challenge just about, but nope. Zapata had gotten in the foot that he needed to. Carter will eventually recover. For a second, looking Tejeda might be about to be on his third one-on-one, but Zapata got in the critical bit of contact he needed on the ball. Now Israel has an option, but the pass is slow in coming, and he loses impetus, and eventually ball goes out of play. Abraha looked like he'd gotten in a shove there, but no call from the referee, and we just got a throw. So Zapata to take. His throw back to Gage. Gage will find Al-Jarafi. And Al-Jarafi's got a good ball over the top. This could be trouble for Hybrid. The ball is dying to be squared. The square is just a little bit too slow, and that was a critical challenge to cut it out. That was a golden opportunity for MoCo, in which it just felt like they got too slow at the decisive moments. And now that's a heavy challenge from Salah, but in the end, the foul will go in his favor. So, frustrating moments here for MoCo fans, for sure. Now they've won a throw, though. So the throw-in coming from the far side. Hawkins' header kept it in, and ultimately that'll be hoiked clear. Tolton sends it back to Carter. Carter goes long. And the flick on leaves Israel in a foot race with Salah, but Salah appears to be winning that one. Israel closed nicely, though, and Salah had to concede the throw. So approaching the end of this first half. Can MoCo get a critical goal to half the deficit? We'll see. Challenge, and Ogre thought he'd won that, but ultimately it's a throw-in from MoCo. To the end line. Israel's ball, and it's a good one. A tie-up. Not enough contact there really to ask for a penalty, and if anything, didn't really look like there was any guilty party. Nisi now. Abraha. Abraha has a little bit of space, which is closing quickly, and he'll spread that wide towards Hawkins. Hawkins looks like he's about to get away from his defender, but fell on his face. Tejeda, and Tejeda ends up conceding the throw. So the throw in from MoCo. Tolton. Al-Jarafi. Al-Jarafi's ball through. And it's a good backtracking challenge by Rua there. And now Nisi emerges the ball. Al-Jarafi smashes it off of him and will take the throw quickly. Israel, that's a bit of hard contact now, and Israel looks a little bit frustrated, but in the end it'll be a throw in for his team. So Zapata moving over to take. He'll go back to Vargas. Tolton's ball over the top, and the flag goes up immediately after Al-Jarafi takes that down. So, score remains 2-0. Ball over the top, not enough to create a chance that could have helped. And Jairo goes long. Hawkins takes. Tejeda. Hawkins, his ball through, and Tolton just able to deal with that one. Now a fall, and eventually a late foul, and a second player has gone down after the first foul was called. So we've got two players parallel who've gone down. Hopefully no one's worse for wear. Actually, the second contact looks to be a bit more serious than the first. Unclear who's gone down. And MoCo will just play on. Al-Jarafi, drop it deep. Zapata got away from Nisi and Carbajal. Thankfully, everybody's up and about. Tolton. Hybrid playing a high line right now. Ball over the top, though, wasn't taken. Abraha. And Abraha finds Carbajal. Tejeda. Tejeda had a run behind him, but he's instead tried to go over the top for Nisi, but that's offsides, and Nisi's chip, oh, it does go in, but unfortunately will not count. So that ends the first half, and we head to the break with Hybrid in search of their first league win, up 2-0 over MoCo. Hasn't been a ton between the two sides, but Hybrid have been more composed and took two chances on breaks. And we'll see if they can hold on here for the 3 points when we come back for the second half. Stay with us here on DMV Sports Media as Hybrid leads MoCo 1776 2-0 here at River Hill High School in Columbia. So welcome back now for the second half as we are here at River Hill High School in Clarksville. Hybrid FC up 2-0 on MoCo 1776 and looking for their first win of the UPSL season. And we'd be remiss if we didn't share you a word from our sponsor. Simi Law is a full-service immigration law practice that focuses on employment-based, family, and humanitarian-based immigration matters. We take a uniquely tailored approach to meet your specific immigration-based goals. We represent clients in software engineering, hardware and product engineering, biotechnology, energy, medical research and medicine, journalism, art, music, in addition to multinational organizations, entrepreneurs, and startups, to name a few. At Simi Law, we are highly focused and dedicated to providing a unique approach to acquire legal benefits for our clients. And we're now just seconds away from kickoff here. Both sides back out on the pitch.
Yeah, double up.
Thanks. So, just waiting for the referee's whistle. And we're back underway here as Hybrid FC got us underway to start the second half. The ball towards Hawkins, we'll chest that one down. Quickly recovered by MoCo as we welcome you back in on DMV Sports Media with myself, Dash Tischler, alongside my director and cameraman, Aaron Berberich. I also have to thank Aaron for bringing me a second layer. It's an absolute wind trap up here, and I have one jacket on, but today's the day when you want two. Very strange for May 31st, but the ball in is a clever one right there, and ultimately dealt with temporarily by Sala, but Hawkins dispossessed, and that'll go out of play off Cornel. So, throw in now for MoCo. MoCo have an interesting color scheme for their kits, and it's a good ball in right there. Dealt with by Sala. Early corner here for the visitors. The wind almost staggering me there for a second. The delivery now from Al Jarafi in front, and it's a good one. Headed away temporarily. And now Abraha giving chase into Tejeda as well. That one ended up going longer, and Vargas will ultimately marshal it out of play. Vargas is throwing. Zapata. Back to Carter. Carter. Passes it off to Gage. Gage. Back to Carter. Carter to Zapata. Zapata. Back to Carter. And that potentially could have gotten him into trouble. Tejeda appeared to be closing fast, but couldn't get there. And this will be recovered by Ogra. Now Simmons to Cornel. Cornel, his ball forward to Tejeda. Just no one really there. Looked like it wasn't clear that he wanted that to be his control or a flick. Either way, it didn't quite come off the way he wanted, and now Gage on the ball. Gage spreads it wide. Pass forward. Back to Gage. Now to Parks Tolton. Tolton goes over the top, and this will be intercepted and hoiked forward. And now a foot race between Tejeda and Tolton, and Tejeda has speed to burn. Already has scored both goals in this game. Both were on fast breaks. This time, ball go out of play for a throw. Tolton to take. So. throw in. It seemed earlier Zuniga had been substituted, but he's still in and had taken that one, but now having called to defend and wards off to Heda. And now first substitute of the game for Hybrid FC. Just a couple minutes into the second half. And so Oliva will enter the game. And he'll be replacing Carbajal. Gage. Now Zapata. Apologies, Al-Jarafi. For a second, couldn't see in the sun other than it was the player in the left back's position, which is Zapata, but actually it was Al-Jarafi who dropped deep. Sunset here is nice. If you can get its warmth, you can avoid the howling wind. Hawkins down, that's a good ball, first time. This could be a chance in here, and immediately after entering, Oliva forces a great save from Carter. He'll probably have wanted to get that one a little bit wider, but he didn't, and now Hawkins, and he's got Tolton in the face, and Tolton is stunned by that one. He caught that straight on. So, MoCo ball, but Oliva there was in, and he had a huge opportunity to make this 3-0. And in the end, just couldn't get it far enough away from Carter, and Carter made a great save. Tolton, Zuniga, and his attempted clear just goes out of play. Corneal will take the throw in. Corneal interestingly wears number 10 despite being a left back. Not a common number convention at all. Ooh, and that's a bit of a heavy barge right there for Tolton just outside the 18, and no call from the referee. That looked extremely clear, but apparently no foul. Al-Jarafi. The return ball a bit behind him, and so Zapata will claim instead. Now Gage. Vargas. Tolton. Layoff there for Gage. Zapata in a bit of a tight corner, and Nisi got a foot in there. Still though, throw goes MoCo's way. We're now a few minutes into this one, and 51st to be exact. Still 2-0. Flick on there, Gage wins the header. Some midfield pressure, but that's a nice turn to get out of it, and the ball forward is a dangerous one. Solid though, able to ward off the approaching striker. Jairo had come out, and eventually concedes the throw. Of course, a goal for MoCo would totally change the complexion of this one. People do say that 2-0 is the least safe lead in soccer. It's
and you know it's anybody's game. Momentum changes so fast.
Yeah. So as Aaron said, momentum could change very fast. And Jairo now, his throw. Corneal. Abraha under pressure, and looks like he got a bit of a barge in there, and throwing will go MoCo's way. Corneal thought I'd gone his way. Abraha's furious with the referees there. He could have sworn he'd won the throw, but ultimately he hasn't, and Lopez will get us back underway. Tolton. Gage spreads it wide to Zapata. Trying to take on Nisi, and Nisi defends well. Gage. And now he's found a pass well, and Al-Jarafi's ball outside of the boot, but there's an offsides. I have to say, that didn't look offsides. But and yeah, not very clear from that angle. Very tight one. It's a difficult business trying to see in those tight calls without the assistance of VAR, which obviously we do not have here. Tolton's header. Rua. Simmons. He'll just boot this one long towards Carter. Carter will claim. Very straightforward catch in the end. Tolton. Tolton back to the keeper. Gage. Gage. Under pressure, but evades the challenge. And now he'll send a long ball forward. Sala wins that one. Sala plays for PG Community College. Had a good season for them. And Hybrid now with a chance to potentially break here. Tejeda released, but ultimately just looked like Oliva was trying to keep himself on side and wasn't quite ready for that one. I talked about Sala having a successful season. The reason I say that is because he was on the all-region team for our all-region 20. And now Abraha. Abraha has a bit of space and he's found Hawkins. Hawkins' ball. Tejeda. Tejeda from distance. He's on a hat trick and he's not going to get it there. Decent idea, but just too much height. It's been a strange game. Hybrid up 2-0. Doesn't really feel like there's been a 2-goal difference between these two teams, but Hybrid have taken their chances well. Got 2 fast breaks. We've got a challenge off the ball on Gage, who's gone down and is still down. Now a call of command to the ref. Gage getting up, holding his foot a bit gingerly. Hyro under no pressure, so he'll just take this back into his own box, and now he's found Abraha. So a nice bit of time taking there by Hyro, and now Abraha can try to release Hawkins. Hawkins has some pace here, but he's not going to be able to keep this one in. So he'll also leave that one to roll. And now we'll get another ball in. Some poor sub is going to have to go chase that to the edge of the complex. We've got another substitution coming now. Once again, MoCo's subs, we do not have their numbers to go with their names, so it's all based off of personal identification right now. The wind seems to be dying down. This might be very famous last words. And Carter gets his back underway to Tolton. Back to Carter. Carter to Gage. Gage. That's intercepted by Abraha. And Hawkins should have made the run for that, but he didn't understand what was going on, I think. And so he missed out. Now Zuniga. And that's gone out of play for a throw. We've got another substitute coming in from MoCo. MoCo have used several substitutes already in this game. By contrast, Hybrid have just used the one. Well, I guess that's life when you're up. El Jarafi. And the ball over the top. This could be dangerous, but the offsides flag is up again. Decent finish, though, from distance. So, Hyro will take the goal kick. Hyro's delivery, that'll be won by MoCo. Nisi, however, kind of got something on it, and eventually Ogre's recovered. Nisi now had a bit of space. He could have a thought about a shot there, but he didn't, and Tolton stepped forward to intercept. Now El Jarafi eventually gets the nutmeg off, and there's a break on for MoCo. Hybrid getting back in numbers, but MoCo driving in, and Ogre got a touch on that to deflect it out for a corner. Oh, the sign comes in for a goal kick from the linesman. No referee is now signaled for a corner. So here we are. Another opportunity for MoCo. Almost 20 minutes into the second half. The delivery. El Jarafi gets a good bend on it to the back post, but that'll be won by Hybrid, and the break could be on here if Abraha can get his touch right, and he does. This is good defending, tracking back, but Abraha able to get into the center of the park, and now he's dragged back, and the referee should have played advantage there, I think, because it was a run, although ultimately it's fair to stop that as well. Abraha to Simmons. Simmons will get us back underway. Corneal. Hawkins, and that's gone out of play. So now an opportunity for the throw in, and some more frustration from MoCo. Hybrid in no rush to take this one. You do wonder whether they're starting to think about the time. Looking for their first win of the UPSL season. They've got a 2-0 lead here. Corneal. And now that one just kind of went off the back of Abraha's head. A tie-up. Tejeda gets a touch on it. Abraha, and that's going to be eventually knocked back to Gage. Gage goes long. And there's been a slip on the far side from Ogra, who's gone down. And eventually Gage wins that one. Ogra thankfully up, though he is limping. Nisi wins the ball, though, and Rua. Tejeda tried the flick, but couldn't get it to work. Now, he's found Abraha. Abraha has room to run. Abraha thought about the shot, looked like, but eventually dispossessed. Just waited a little bit too long. Could the break be on here from MoCo? Not really, as that's good work by the Hybrid players to get the trap. And now Abraha is fouled, and he's won the free kick. So, a free kick that seemingly Hybrid are in no rush to take. Not sure why they're not just getting the 10 feet. Corneal. Corneal's delivery. Low. Abraha gets a touch in. It's flicked up, and MoCo can try to bring it away. Now the flick on. Rua. Abraha. Abraha finds Corneal. Corneal. In a dangerous location. His cross-in is a good one. Carter flapped at it. And now the back post, the attempt, slightly acrobatic finish goes awry, and Carter will claim and release. And now the break is on. El Jarafi's ball forward. And the run. The cutback was not there in time. Break could be on in the other direction if Oliva can bring this under his spell, and he can. Nisi now. Nisi's first touch was a bit loose, but he's got a little bit of space for himself. And his pass now just between players and not able to find anyone. So this will be spread wide. El Jarafi. And that's gone out of play. So just a miscue there. A chance now for Hybrid to get another throw in. So another substitution. The revolving door continues. And pass off now. A bit of a tie-up. Oliva able to hold on to possession for now, though, and ultimately we'll see which way the throw goes. It's gone Hybrid's direction. And you could definitely see Hybrid just slowing down the game now. About halfway through the second half. Actually, it's a free kick. So delivery, taken down. Gage will send it long. Tie up. Salah was all over his opponent, and eventually the foul is called. Now, El Jarafi. Oh, that's a clever ball over the top, but Tolton is offsides. The idea was there, but just not quite the execution that MoCo needed. And see here, this one's taken long towards Sala. Apologies, Ogra, but out of play for a goal kick. So MoCo just looking to get the upper hand here. It does feel like right now Hybrid kind of has the run of play a little bit. Still a lot of time left in this one. Tolton's ball. El Jarafi. That's a loose pass. Hawkins has it. Hawkins. Oh, and he's just lost possession. Now, Oliva towards Hawkins. Hawkins had slipped again. That's the second time now. It's always tricky to play on turf. You wonder if his cleats aren't really handling the traction too well, or what's going on there. But now Abraha almost latched onto that one. Gage dealt with it, and we've got a foul. It appears that Zuniga is down on the near side. Zuniga, thankfully up, moving about okay. As Gage, he'll take long. Headed on. Corneal, defending well here. Corneal, and he's drawn the foul. It's a good play by Corneal. Yeah, you see right there, it's a really good job shielding by him. Takes some time off the clock. And now Hyros take long. Tolton wins the header. Oliva. El Jarafi. And the header on is a good one, but the flag has gone up. Offsides has been the story of MoCo's attacks several times now in this half. Just hasn't quite come together for them. They have the ideas, but the execution just hasn't quite been there. Approaching the final 20 minutes. Simmons, Corneal with a loose touch, but he's able to retain the ball. And now, looking for options, he's found Hawkins. Hawkins back to Corneal, and Abraha is going to give chase, but that's going to go out of play, although it will, for Hybrid's sake, go out of play. Location be a throw-in rather than a goal kick. And now Carter's going to go chase. A new ball comes in, although I don't think MoCo will be in any rush to play without their goalkeeper on the pitch. It's a throw in here. Just a little bit of a comedic relief here in this game, as now we're back underway. El Jarafi. Vargas. And Gage. Sala back to Hyro. Challenge, Rua went up for it. Now Abraha sends that forward. Tejeda, back to Abraha. He's found Corneal. Corneal back to Hyro. He'll deliver towards Tolton. And tie up. It's a good step, but Nisi eventually able to get the ball, but that's a nice tackle. MoCo have it back. The ball forward just goes out of play. MoCo throw. And now good bit of play to get around Simmons temporarily, but nope, didn't quite work out, and that's cleared. Brule getting the ball to safety. throw in. Cornel tried to keep it in, but couldn't get there in time. So Cornel. We've got another substitution coming here for Hybrid.
I like how Hybrid's doing their subs. They're waiting, you know, taking time on each of those substitutions, making sure it's going to be something stable.
Yeah, it's worked for them. They've been pretty cautious. Only their second sub of the game, but strategy has worked well as now Decore enters for Nisi. And Oliva kept that in, but Gage covered well. He found Carter. Now Rua pressuring quickly, and Carter keeps his head well. Jarafi receives the return ball, and that looked offsides, but no call from the referee there. And the ball forward's deflected out. And it's going to be a throw-in for Hybrid ultimately. Interesting, and maybe that wasn't deflected. So Hybrid will get us back underway here.
One goal, this all could change. MoCo could be right back in it.
Yeah, certainly. Goal would change the complexion dramatically, but it does feel like MoCo haven't been able to get that second half surge we would have expected from them. Time not on their side anymore. Here we've got about 20 minutes to go. And long ball, Tolton controls and tries to play this one over the top, and the offsides flag goes up again. One of the enduring images of the second half is the offsides flag going up. Yeah, and the ball over the top, just you see right there, yeah. So, Howard will come out to take towards Hawkins. Hawkins, header won by MoCo. Flick on one by MoCo as well. We'll see if they can get a counter here. It's a good turn of pace to keep that in, but ultimately, Decore able to recover, and now he's shoved down and he's drawn the foul. So Abraha's been at the heart of a lot that Hybrid has done today. He cuts inside. Decore under pressure from behind, but he's held on and he's found Abraha. Back to Simmons. His ball forward. Oh, the dummy, and just Hawkins hadn't made the run. Now he'll make the run to put some pressure on, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep this one in. And we'll see what the call is here. Tolton's throw. Controlled and nicely defended there by Decore. Simmons calling for energy, and we've got another substitution. So Hybrid make their third change of the evening. This time it'll be Ruano, so they now have Rua and Ruano on the pitch. Hawkins, the man who's being replaced. And Cornel turned that one over. Vargas had the idea, but couldn't quite make it work, and it's a nice interception right there. Ogra did his job well. Ogra able to stick with it and eventually get possession again. Really nice shiftiness from him, and he goes towards the box. Unclear if the ball had gone there, but regardless, it's ultimately a foul from the referee and a nice moment of fair play. Two players shake hands, but still a yellow card. So a free kick in a very dangerous position. And at this stage of the game, you think that a third goal would almost surely be the icing on the cake to seal the deal for Hybrid. Abraha to take. So Abraha. His delivery. It's a dangerous one. Rua, and that didn't quite break for him. And Carter was alert to it. So now try to release a teammate. The long ball. There was heavy contact there, but no foul called by the referee. Tejeda just took a second to get the ball under control and maybe lost a little of initiative, but now he'll have a speculative effort. Deflected off his teammate Rua, and ultimately Carter will claim. So Carter now trying to launch the attack. And it's interesting, Hybrid really have controlled territory for most of the second half, but now El Jarafi could play that one through, and there's no offsides coming here. It's a good bit of acceleration to keep that in. Into the box, the square in front, and no, it's a massive chance, and he just got his footing wrong. It looked as though it came off the back foot. That is bitter. We'll see the replay right there, and oh man, it just looked like it came off the back foot. The goal was gaping anywhere in front of him or to his right, and he would have scored. And instead, it just skidded off. That was the chance. MoCo got the break. They got everything right, and just at the last second, a moment of misfortune. It was reminiscent of the goals that Hybrid had scored earlier off of breaks in tight scenarios. One-on-one with the goalie, but for MoCo, the cookie did not crumble their way. It just fell off the table. Cornel giving chase and won't get there.
Let's see if they can create another.
There is still time. There is still time. Now they've done it once. Maybe that'll give them the little boost they need to do it again. Now the referee's coming to have a word with the player, and we'll see what's going on here. Actually, we'll have a word with the fourth official to see what's going on. I didn't hear anything. It's hard enough to hear anything really with the wind. And now there'll be a word with the MoCo bench. So,
Stay in the zone. It's hard to say what they're actually saying to each other.
yeah. At this point, they just won't want to be talking to the referee and wanting to get on with this game. And that's a good challenge there by Vargas to get Decore held up for a second. Decore's ball headed away by Tolton. El Jarafi. And the pass back. Gage. Gage's pass forward. And this is a good diagonal. The control is good too. The ball forward works. And ultimately, the last ball just deflected and cleared away by Sala. So the throw in. Simmons with a critical touch, gets the ball forward. And now it's Ruano giving chase. Ruano has some space if he can get his head up. Just taking this one towards the corner. Had Tejeda, but Tejeda's now offsides. Ruano follows in a bit of an exaggerated motion. Referee chooses not to play advantage and instead calls for the free kick. We'll see the replay right here. Ruano never really seemed to have his mind fully made up. Then he started to cut in and just gets his trailing leg caught. That did look a bit theatrical right there. And now it's a MoCo player who's down. Thankfully, he's sitting up and hopefully isn't any worse for wear. It'll be Decore to take the free kick. So actually, it's a bit of cramp. Never want to see that, but for Hybrid, a little bit of a break here. That'll give us a little bit of stoppage time though at the end of this one. And it's Decore to take. Sun is setting. Could the moon be about to rise on Hybrid's first victory of the year? Decore's delivery. Oh, that one bent, but just too high.
That was a perfect free kick. Field goal, I mean.
Decore may have a future as a kicker, but in the present, he looks set to potentially help his team see out a 2-0 victory if they can just hold on for a few more minutes. And another substitution here. Once again, unclear who the substitute is. So, Gage. Also substitution for Hybrid. For the home side, the man who has entered is Chirino. And he's replaced Tejeda, who bagged a brace. His goals are the difference in this game. This is a good ball forward. Jairo came off his line but didn't need to come much farther as Sala got a touch and looked like he got clattered a little bit. Thankfully, he's now walking okay. But for a second there, he was hobbling. That was a critical intervention to prevent a one-on-one. That was better, though, from MoCo, who've had a couple good looks in the last few minutes now. So, well, a small child runs... Oh, actually, no, that's an adult. Sorry, he looked small on the hill for a second. Well, a guy who actually, as it turns out, is on MoCo's bench and is very much a grown man, recovers the ball. Jairo will get us back underway. That was a scary moment from depth perception for me. Flick on. Gage hooked that away. Now Oliva. Nearly maintaining possession, but he couldn't quite. And Al-Jarafi's ball through is a good one, except that Sala has great pace and will get there first. He's found Corneal. Corneal. The ball forward. Tolton. Tolton's pass. Vargas. Gage. Gage under pressure, and he's drawn the foul. I don't know the referee has played a single advantage tonight. Now Ogra forces that out of play, but concedes the throw. Time is running short. About 10 minutes to go here, it would seem. We'll see how much stoppage time there is. And we've got another substitution about to happen. It looks like Braha will be the man who will make way. And yeah, it's going to be David on for Braha. So Braha's played a critical role in everything Hybrid has done today. Now his day ends. Vargas over the top. Flag goes up. And Decore tried to get that forward to Bruano. And Tolton's dragged him back. And that's a clear foul and a clear yellow card. So. Simmons in conversation with Sala. Actually, I hope you're in conversation with Decore. It's a 6, not a 3. On the back of his shirt. And Simmons' delivery long. Just a bit too long. Keeper will have to give chase. So Carter recovers the ball. And now Tolton. Tolton's pass out, nearly intercepted, and another foul. This time on Hybrid. And the fouls are starting to break up the pace of this game a little bit. It started off scrappy, it's gotten scrappy again, and that's going to be a yellow card. Presumably for Oliva. And the referee will blow again for the ball to be moved to the right spot. I'm not sure that was the right spot either, to be honest with you, but yeah. Eventually we get it underway. The diagonal kept in. Al-Jarafi. It's a long ball raked diagonally, and we'll see if this can be kept in, and it will be kept in. Now the pass back. Seems to be a bit of a dead end here as some dogged defending from Hybrid, and eventually the turnover. Nope, it didn't come because that's still loose, but the man closest to it for MoCo is offside, so it's just a throw, and it's gone for Hybrid. Corneal is throwing. Simmons. Corneal got a foot to that. Might have been a critical one, but ultimately MoCo able to recover, but only for so long. As that's a nice ball towards Decore, and oh, that's a heavy challenge right there. Gage got it right though, and no foul, and thankfully no injury. Sala his header, and that'll be marshaled out of play for a throw-in for MoCo. Throw-in taken short. Al-Jarafi in a tight space, able to make his move, and his ball, oh, the idea was there, but he just couldn't get that one in. That would have been a tight one. He didn't have the execution right. Now on the far side, though, MoCo able to keep this in still. This is inviting for a cross, but just low on the ground, and Sala will get there instead. His out ball, though, is intercepted and sent back in. Simmons gets a header. The game's gone a bit scrappy here, and now Oliva does well to get away. And he'll receive the return. Oliva moving into a bit of space, and he spreads this wide where there's even more space. MoCo not quite getting back as quickly as you might think, and the ball in was a dangerous one, but intercepted. MoCo can now try to break. Al-Jarafi, his passing range has been good all day. This one will go shallow and won't be able to dramatically speed up things. And now another pass. Ooh, that looked like that the turf monster took a bite right there. That looked to be a sore one. Thankfully, no injury. Corneal. Taken towards Ruano and ultimately ends up with Oliva. Oliva concedes the throw. Time running low now. Throw-in comes in. Vargas, looking for options, finds Al-Jarafi. Al-Jarafi. Very high line from Hybrid, but so far MoCo not really able to find a way to exploit it. And Corneal will concede the throw. Now Vargas. Gage. Gage's ball through. This has maybe got too much pace on it, but no, it looks like it's going to stay in, and it will. There are runners for the cross, and now it comes in, but that's going to be dealt with by Simmons. Only so far, though. Vargas takes a couple touches and is forced wide, but he's got the pass. No, he doesn't. And now the break could be on here, except there is an injury and a yellow card for the foul. Thankfully, the injury isn't serious, and we see right there. Oh, yeah, just a shove in the back off the ball. That was unnecessary because the break was on. And that play was begging for a Hybrid counterattack, but none came. Instead, it's a free kick for MoCo in a dangerous position. If they want to get that first goal in time to get 2 goals back, this is a golden opportunity. The delivery comes in, and oh, it's just bounced off and back. Ball's still loose, and eventually it'll be cleared. And now that's a good touch by Oliva, and if he can get his feet right, he could be away. And Oliva gets away from one man, and now he's fouled, and that's going to be a yellow card surely. And this one's the second yellow of the game, and so it's red for Gage. A cynical foul to stop the break. There was never any doubt about that. He gives Oliva a hand, and with that gentlemanly gesture, his day ends early due to a red card. So MoCo will have to try to make the comeback down a man. Gage sent off for a second yellow. And now Corneal. Simmons. Decore. He's dispossessed though, and the break could have been on there, but the pass just a bit loose. Pass back to the keeper. Jairo has a lot of time at his disposal here. And his pass, though, intercepted, so some sloppy passing now late in this game. Al-Jarafi finds a teammate. Tolton's dispossessed, and now his team is light at the back. It's 3-on-2. Ruano is there, and the pass just deflected. Tolton gets that, and now potentially it could be the other way for MoCo. The visitors. It's a decent ball. Cross. Oh, this one's drifting awkwardly. Jairo had to be alert. It stayed in play. The pass off. The shot, and that's why. It was a chance. Maybe not the most clear-cut one, but it was a chance. and MoCo just couldn't quite get it to fall. So high rider take. His pass off. And now Decore in a lot of space between the lines. He has Ruano if you can see his run, but instead he's found a different run, and this could be a one-on-one again, and that could be 3-0, and it's just squibbed wide. So close to the goal, which would have surely sealed the victory. But in the end, just not quite able to get it on target. So now, MoCo try to play it out of the back, but man, that was such a chance for David. He nearly ended the game right there. Now, Oliva's forced to turn over. He has options, he'll pass it off, and oh, there was, for a second, Ravano was open, and the curling strike, and that just missed. It was a good idea, and Chirino had the goal in his sights, and I picked out the corner, and he just couldn't get it to curl back enough. That was a very, very good opportunity right there. Game's gone a little bit helter-skelter. It's kept in. And a good 1-2, but well defended now by Cordial. Throw will go MoCo's way. The visitor is looking for one last push. That's intercepted, except it'll go out for another throw. And now again. Ooh, and Saul actually blasted that one into Decore. Thankfully, his teammate appears to be no worse for wear. The ball has gone missing again, except we've got another one right close by. Throw in again. Almost a scorpion kick type clearance from Simmons, and Ruano will lay that off for Decore, who's got space, and he's got David. David has a turn of pace. He has teammates too. It's 5-on-4 at the back for Hybrid now, except David just well defended, and now a second challenge comes in and he's pushed wide again. Looking for options. David. Rua. Rua goes down, but no foul, says the referee. MoCo. Al-Jarafi. Pass off. And now, opportunity here for Hybrid to just settle back a little bit. MoCo looking for options. Through ball is briefly on. Tolton playing as an auxiliary center forward at this point in time. And now Oliva's got the ball in a lot of space. Oliva striding forward. If he could get that off, and now it's Ogra. Ogra, and he just missed. Ogra needed to steer that to the far post, but instead went near post and missed narrowly. That was a chance. Oliva, Ogra ran onto it, and yeah, he just needed to go across his body. I guess from his angle, that wouldn't have looked as easy as it looked from up here, because ultimately he saw the keeper coming out. I don't think he could see the far post. It was a fair decision, but it didn't quite work out for him. And now a player's cramping for MoCo, unfortunately. Can't see who it is. But this time we do have the trainer getting called. And at this point in time, we are in stoppage time. So Hybrid not far from seeing this one out. Just hope there's no lasting damage from the cramp. And the wind has finally seemingly died down.
No, very nice.
Oh, and it just started up as I said that. And now it's going again. It's been that sort of night.
Yeah, so it seems like MoCo just couldn't finish their chances tonight. As we get into stoppage time, you see a player getting carried off. The story of the night is just Hybrid finished their chances and MoCo did not,
Yeah, this is really unfortunate. You never want to see a player carried off. Hopefully he's okay. It's just a dead leg. But that, oh yeah, now he's back on his feet. That does not look comfortable. But yeah, as you said, certainly Hybrid finished their chances and MoCo didn't. Hybrid got 2 one-on-ones and put them both away. And MoCo had a couple big chances but couldn't convert. That's been the difference tonight. Cornel on the ball. Probably not too far away from the end of this one, but referee hasn't had a look at his whistle just yet. This will stay in. Chirino still stayed in. Now MoCo able to recover. They're low on time. How quickly will they try to get this one up? Carter, and that's gone out of play. So, Howard will have a throw in. This game is almost done now. Cornel. Oliva. Cornel. Chirino. Chirino. Still looking for options. Got towards the byline, but ultimately dispossessed. And that will be the ball game. So, as you said, in the end, Hybrid took their chances, MoCo did it, and that's the difference on a night where it finishes 2-0 for the home side. They took up their first win in UPSL play of the season, and their first season in the UPSL. Very exciting, and ultimately deserved. They finished their chances, and even after they took the lead, they had the impetus, it seemed like, overall. So for Hybrid, an impressive victory and a performance that they'll be very proud of. For MoCo, they had their opportunities. There are positives to take from this one, the fact that they created chances, but ultimately just couldn't quite get the result. So we thank you for tuning in here on DMV Sports Media with myself, Dash Tischler, alongside me, my producer, Aaron Berberich, and certainly a game which was an entertaining one, a bit slow burn at times, but we got some action and some good stuff. It finishes Hybrid 2, MoCo 0, here on DMV Sports Media, River Hill High School in Clarksville.